What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. My name is Saren Death, and today we are playing the Butcher. Let's get into a game. Alright, today we find ourselves in the Sky Temple. My team, Asmodean Tracer, the Butcher, Thrall, Muradin, enemy team, Kael'thas, Tracer, Zeratul, the Butcher, and Rexxar. Okay, so Asmodean is likely going to be in one of the top two lanes, getting his stacks so that way he can dunk people. So we're going to go ahead in the bottom lane. So the Butcher saw a few changes recently. He saw a health increase and I believe a health regen increase as well. I don't think they buffed his damage because his damage was pretty fine. They modified a few of his talents. Specifically, Chop Meat was one of the ones that was modified. That being said, we're going to be taking Victuals as our first talent. Collecting fresh meat stacks are going to heal us for 3% of our health. So, speaking about fresh meat, let's go over our passive. Our passive is called Fresh Meat. Whenever an enemy minion dies, they are going to drop 1 stack of fresh meat. Whenever an enemy hero dies, they drop 3 stacks of fresh meat, which means that we are going to be able to... uh-oh, she's going to have trouble in this lane up here. Yup. So we're just going to scoot on up here. We're going to play back. I don't want to lose out on experience, but yeah. So, collecting fresh meat, what that does for us is we are going to basically get increased attack damage. So for each stack we have, we get 1% increased attack damage. And now we're going to heal as well for each stack we pick up. To a maximum of 25 stacks, and if we die, we lose those stacks. So that is the unfortunate part about it. I'm surprised the Asmodean actually, well, we're going to be hurting after that. Yeah, we are. We're going to tap. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get these stacks. We are currently at 13. We can stack up to 25, like I said. Going to help us out quite a bit. We're going to get a lot of damage because of this. We're actually going to steal this vision as well, really fast while we can. Bam, got the vision. Our cat has decided to join us today, too. I'm sure you guys can hear him in the background. Yeah, take that. Take that. We're just going to heal up a little bit. We're going to wait for Tracer to come over here, and then we are going to get up here. We're actually going to charge him. Alright, we're going to back out. We are going to use our W, which is going to allow us to heal for 75% of the damage we do with our basic attacks. Our W is called Butcher's Brand. This is going to allow us to do quite a bit of self-healing. The healing is doubled against... Oh, no. The healing is doubled. I am just trying to get this point. Okay. We are going to grab those stacks to get 9% of our life back. And we're going to be taking Flail Axe at this talent here. That is going to hurt a lot. We may end up dying. No, we end up living. Okay. Alright, we're going to back out completely and heal up 100%. Alright, so let's go over our abilities the right way. So we already talked about fresh meat. Obviously, picking it up, we're going to get some ability power. Not ability power. Wow, I can't even talk right now. We're going to get some attack damage. We're going to get some healing. Our Q is called Hamstring. Basically, we are going to swing that big old cleaver down, do some damage in a line. Enemies hit, they are slowed by 50% for decaying over 2 seconds. So it's 50% at first, and then it'll decay slightly as it goes on. Our W is called Butcher's Brand. We target an enemy. You can see the little radius around this, little shadowed yellow area. That is going to basically allow us to heal 75% of the damage we deal with our basic attacks against that person. So a pretty significant amount of self-healing. Alright. Run, 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 run. Please just run. Okay, we are probably going to die here unless we can get... Nope. Nope, we're going to die. Okay. Okay. At this talent here, we're going to be taking Abattoir. So we just lost 25 stacks of fresh meat, unfortunately. It was a slight trade. But not worth it, in my opinion. We should not have been there fighting like that. We should have just backed out when we had a chance. Now we need to get our 25 stacks back. So, Abattoir, what this does is this allows us to get 35 stacks and we lose half those stacks and we die. So we're going to get a lot more damage, and if we do die again, it won't hurt nearly as much. So our damage is severely limited now. Severely limited. Okay, so let's go over our E really fast. Our E is called Relentless Onslaught. This allows us to charge at an enemy massive range, and basically when we hit them, we're going to stun them for a brief moment as we knock them into the air, and we can cancel this if we do not want to charge anymore. So if we get into a position where we're like, nah, you know what, that's actually a bad idea, we're going to wait for him to throw out his... We're waiting for that. Alright. Good job, team. We're doing okay. Oh, I want that meat. Give it to me. Am I gonna get it? I think so. I saw a heal go off, so I'm pretty sure I got it. We're at 13 stacks now, which is good. We're gonna get these temple and take this out. So like I said, the E, we can cancel it. So if we find out that, hey, we're actually going into a really, really bad spot, this is a really bad call, we can activate our E again, just hit that button, and decide, you know what, I've changed my mind. But you're the butcher, you never change your mind. Alright, at this talent tier, we are foregoing damage and going for utility. We're taking Lamb to the Slaughter. So Lamb to the Slaughter, what this is going to do is basically throw a post down on the ground. That post, in 1 second, is going to grab an enemy, deal some damage to them, silence them for 3 seconds. That's a nice little change. And it is going to basically prevent them from leaving that area. So... Oh, this is a back call. Back call. We need some more stacks anyway. So I found that Tracer is quite annoying to fight as the Butcher. That being said, Lamb of the Slaughter, if you manage to get her stuck in there, she pretty much is dead. So that's a good thing. The problem is getting her stuck in there. That's where the issue comes. So we are actually pushing that bottom lane rather well. So we are going to go ahead and just push in this middle lane. We're not going to get any structural damage. I lost track of the time, so we should probably maybe do this, and I'm going to ask for some assistance. Now we could probably do this on our own, but it's just going to be so much faster with some allies to help us out. I'm going to kill this guy, and we're going to kill this guy. And then we're going to heal off of one of these. Oh no! Oh no, team! I don't think he's going to make it. Nope, I think he's a goner. Yeah. And I think that's a boss for them. I didn't see the wait. Didn't see the wait. They are backing out. And now he's dead, and we can actually take this boss now. Oh no! Oh my word. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why they call that thing the throw pit. Alright, we are coming over here to help him out as much as we can. We're gonna get this charge off on the Zeratul. Can we get it? Yes, we can. Oh, yes, we can. Very, very nice. We should have moved our big body in the way to body block. Oh man, I'm so bad at this. This is a keep for us if we keep pushing. Okay, at this talent tier, we are actually going to be taking... Looking at the enemy team, they do have a Kael'thas. We could 100% go for Spell Shield here. This would actually limit Kael'thas' damage on us. Actually in a bad spot. We could also go with Crave Flesh, which is going to allow us to get some movement speed when we get our W. We're actually going to go with Spell Shield. I like this idea better. Kael'thas, he is going to deal a lot of damage to us, so we're going to prevent that source of damage by taking Spell Shield. So Spell Shield, what this does is, upon taking ability damage, reduce that damage and further ability damage by 50% for, I believe it's 3 seconds. And this can only happen once every... No! Throw! I don't have the mana.
Now that was a kill.
No, run! Run! Oh my gosh. Why would he go back in? He had no life. And I had no mana. Alright, so instead of wait to tap, we're just going to go back completely. I don't know why he went in. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. At this talent here, we're going to be taking Blood Frenzy. For each stack of fresh meat we have, we're going to get 1% attack speed. So now we can get up to 35 stacks. We lose half when we die. We do 35% more damage with our basic attacks. And we attack 35% faster. So we're going to come down here. We're going to start getting the siege camp here. Continue to put pressure out on the map. If I was a better player, I would know exactly when the temples are about to spawn. So that way you could pick these up and coincide them with the temple spawning. So that way you're putting pressure in the lane, forcing them to choose between defending that or defending the temple. And usually you can get quite a bit of damage out of it. Alright, we're actually going to come here and help out our team. Oh, we get knocked off our mount? Or did mount. We could get the butcher, but it's not looking we're going to. So one thing to note is, I wonder if we can get this camp. Can we get this camp? We can. It's only got one here. We can totally steal this thing and then get the butcher. I'm just going to steal this really fast, and they're going to kill the butcher, and it's going to be great. No. Alright, well, we are at the point. I died. Not really worth it for me. That was a good job, team. Fantastic work. Okay. We just wiped their entire team out. That should be a keep, honestly. To be honest, what you want to do right now is you want to push. That's what you want to do. You want to get as much damage out in the structures as you possibly can. And then when they are up, then you fight the objective. This way you're getting free structural damage because they cannot contest this. All 5 of them were down. So now we back out. Now we back out. Now we back out. There we go. You just gotta know when to back out, though. That's the kicker. Just gotta know when to back out. Alright. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna help get this point. Well, if I missed any of the talents along the way, we'll go over them once again at the end, just to make sure everyone knows what's going on. This game is far from over. We have a lot of structural damage on the enemy. We did lose a bunch of our stacks, which is unfortunate. We're down to 18 now. It rounds up for you. Come on. You should be dead. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, we're going to go ahead and grab these fresh meat stacks. Actually, we're going to grab all of this. All this lovely, lovely meat. We are going to... Oh, Void Prison saved him. Nice job. Okay. I don't know that we could end this, but no, they don't want to end it. Okay. We could. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, they want a boss. We're sort of quasi-fighting, quasi-doing this. Let's just make a decision. Back out. This should be a dead Rexar, actually. Alright, so I was looking up here, got picked up and stunned by the enemy, and wrecked, but the enemy went down for 3 for that. We did throw down our Land of the Slaughter to silence him. But this time here we're picking up Slaughterhouse. Land of the Slaughter now chains all enemy heroes in range. All enemy heroes in range. Honestly, I don't know why I keep dying here. This is just silly. I should not be getting caught out like this. I'm constantly getting into a bad position and getting myself killed for things that I should not be dying for. This is going to be a tough boss to get just because the Zeratul... Don't back up! He's got no life! You just gave them a free boss and didn't get a kill! What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, okay. Alright, well, that's that. Now we need to defend a boss, and then hopefully go get those go get those temples. This is likely going to be 20 for them. They're going to get a lot of free structural damage here. Wow. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. But man. Okay, we're fine. Okay. That's 3 of them down. We need to go up here and contest this one as well. That just needs to happen. We need to get on our mount first. Okay. Spread out for the bomb. Okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. We are now at 33 stacks. The enemy is completely wiped. We should be pushing into the core. I'm kind of afraid to be like, hey guys, we should be coring right now. But we should be coring right now. We have the time. We have the manpower. Let's just end this. I'm at 35 stacks. This core is going to start getting chunked. Tracer should not be able to stop this by herself. Focus the core, not her. Focus the core, not her. There we go. Okay. GG. GG. Alright, well, there were some really wacky plays there. Wow. I need to stop playing games this early in the morning. I'm just kidding. It was fun. I had a great time. But there were some really wacky plays in that one. And we did well. We did well. We had 3 deaths. I should not have died that many times. I really, really shouldn't. 2 of those deaths were just really bad positioning on my part. Really bad positioning. So we didn't do a lot of damage. Now, let me be very clear about something. Butcher, he has potential of doing a ton of damage. That being said, we actually went with the utility alt as opposed to the damage alt. I keep saying alt because over the Overwatch. Curse you, Blizzard, for changing the names of things. Heroic. We went for the utility heroic as opposed to the damage heroic, which means that our damage is greatly reduced. We also spent a lot of time at half stacks because of deaths, and we were not getting stacks back up until the team fights were over. Then we would die again, and then the process would start all over again. Anyway, the talents we went with today, we went with Victuals. This heals us every time we pick up a meat stack, 3% of our maximum life. Absolutely fantastic on maps where you are fighting near the objective is near a lane. So that's a lot of maps. One of the only ones where this is not going to be all that great is like Battlefield of Eternity, stuff like that. At level 4, we went Flail Axe. This increases the length of hamstring by 40%. So hamstring is the one where your Q, you slam it down, it's going to deal a little bit of damage to enemies in a line and slows them by 50%, degrading over 2 seconds. So this just increases the range of that. And at level 1, I always forget that the range is much shorter because this is like pretty much a must-go for me. I love this talent just because it allows you to get some pretty crazy long hamstrings out there. And I've killed people at like just the tip of the Flail Axe there, or of the hamstring, the cleaver. At 7, we went Abattoir. Again, I feel like this is a must-take. The Butcher, the way he works is you rush in at the enemy, and you're trying to heal the damage and hopefully survive with your Butcher's brand. However, with the way the game is currently, a stun, blind, a root, something like that that prevents you from actually dealing damage to the enemy is going to 100% of the time mean that you're going to die. Because the way that Butcher is designed is he is healing the damage that you are dealing to him with his Butcher's brand. That's how he fights. That's how he gets stuck in. And unfortunately, the way the game is now, there's a lot of burst damage out there with mages, and there's a lot of stuns and CCs and things like that. They have reduced those things, but they still exist, and they hurt a lot. So Abattoir allows us to not lose nearly as much when we do die on the Butcher. And we can stack up to 35 stacks, which means more damage. And later on, more attack speed. At 10, we went Land of the Slaughter. Now, this one was changed. The silence was added to it, and this is absolutely fantastic. Locking somebody down and silencing them for 3 seconds, preventing them from running away, doing anything except for auto-attacking you, amazing. This is actually a pretty decent counter to Tracer. That being said, Tracer can blink or E out before that 1 second is up, and then she's not going to get hooked. That being said, if you throw this into a group, you know, you're going to get somebody, and you're going to get a lot of value out of this. I actually love this talent now, this heroic, because it actually brings a lot of utility. Yes, you're not going to be number 1 on the damage, but you're doing so much more for your team. And with your level 20 talent upgrade, you're going to be doing even more. So at 13, we went Spell Shield. I did this specifically to counter the Kael'thas. And I've been trying to get better at taking Spell Shield more often. This is the one where you take, whenever you take ability damage, you reduce that by 50%, and all ability damage taken by 50% for the next 3 seconds. It can only trigger once every 30 seconds. Didn't show this in game, but you can tell when this thing is active. You have like a slight bubble around you. It's somewhat difficult to see. It's very transparent, but it is there. So you do know when you have it. There's no, I didn't see an icon or anything like that, or else I would have pointed it out to you. But I've been trying to get better at using this thing more often, because there are a lot of mages in the game, and the mages do a lot of damage, especially people like the Butcher. At 16, we went with Blood Frenzy. I love this talent because more attack speed means more damage, which means when you are using your Butcher's Brand on somebody, you're getting even more healing, just so much more damage output with the Butcher when you are hitting things. At level 20, we went Slaughterhouse. Now we take our level 10 talent, or our level 10 heroic, and we make our heroic even better by hitting everyone in range. So all enemies in that range after 1 second get hooked by this post, silenced for 3 seconds, and they are stuck there. Absolutely stuck there. This is amazing for team fights. Absolutely amazing for team fights. I cannot express how good this is when you are able to walk into the enemy, get this thing out there, hook 3 people, their entire front line, or even just charge into the back line and hook their entire back line when you have a dive comp, and then you just watch all of them melt, especially with your damage. It's absolutely amazing, and it's going to help you out a ton. And it synergizes so well with the rest of his kit now that Land of the Slaughter adds the silence. There was problems before where there was, enemies could just turn on you and fight you, or they could use abilities to get out of there. Now the silence, they just do nothing. They sit there and they get beat on. But yeah, I'm digging the Butcher. He still has a lot of the same problems he had before, where his health is better. He can survive a lot more damage, take a lot more punishment, but he still gets beat up pretty heavily. And if you don't have a comp that really works with the Butcher, you're gonna have a lot of problems. Anyway, the cat is behind me. He's crying at me, telling me it's time to go. So that's gonna be it for today, though. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you all later.